Hey guys, Bonehead here again, bringing you another Wildstar build video. This one here is for the Stalker. It's a tank build for the Stalker. Stalkers early on I find were pretty useless at lower levels for tanking and everything. There are other classes that were better at low level, but once you start getting the right amps and things up and start unlocking the better abilities, it actually becomes my favorite tanking thing. So let's make our way through it. I'll show you what to pick, and then we can let you guys try it out and see what you think of it as well. So obviously let's get down into here. Assault, obviously we're not going to really focus on because that's all attacking, so let's get into support and let's get started on the main ones we want. So first thing here, Whiplash. Whiplash is it's like your white hit ability, so it just hits them twice and generates extra threat. So I get that up to level 4 just to boost the damage a bit and generate extra dash token, which means that you can dash more often and things to get out of the big AoE sort of abilities. Then next thing we want down on the path here is Decimate. Decimate here is after you deflect an attack, you do a sort of circle that hits everything around you, 5 foes around you, and reduces the damage they deal. So I get that to level 4 as well. So that'll boost the damage it does, and increase how much it weakens them by, and it generates extra suit power for you. So you can cast your suit power abilities. So yeah, that'll go off. It's got 5-second cooldown, and it'll go off after you deflect an attack. So a very good one for that. Next one, this one here is like one of the main ones for this build, Frenzy. So this one here I also get to level 4. Basically, what this one does, it's a channel that channels for 2 seconds. And basically just sits there spinning in circles, hitting everything around you, doing massive threat, dealing okay damage, and then also if you cast it from stealth, then it'll actually also give you an absorb shield as well for 5 seconds. So even after the frenzy is finished, you've still got 3 more seconds of this absorb shield on you. So it actually makes you more tanky casting it from stealth, which is that's the main thing I'll always do with this thing, is when there's a group that I'm going into, I'll stealth up, charge in there, and then burst this in the middle of the group, and that'll give me my absorb shield and everything as well. So next one here, Raise the Storm. We just want to put 1 point, or no points, just leave that at base. Basically it's just a big intimidate thing that'll actually, so it matches the top of an NPC threat list for 6 seconds. So basically what this is going to do is this is going to make give you as high threat. If one of the DPS pulls everything off you, then Raise the Storm and another ability later on that we do will be able to get them back onto you. So it's useful having that even just at the base level. Next one here, Steadfast. We want to get, and I want to whack that up to level 4 as well. And you can see here, Steadfast, basically for 4 seconds, you have an 80% chance to deflect attacks made against you and restore suit power, usable within 6 seconds of deflecting. So when you deflect attacks, then you can throw this Steadfast on, and it just massively boosts your chance of actually deflecting attacks. And then you'll see as well in the amps and things like Decimate, you can only use after deflecting attacks as well. So there's some good things for the more deflecting you're going to get, the less damage you're taking, and the more of all your stuff will proc. So yeah, that's all the ones we've got here for the support tree, 5 abilities. So yeah, you've got your initiating Frenzy from stealth. You've got your Whiplash and Decimate and Raise the Storm and things. And then this as well, Frenzy, when you've got enough suit power and you can position yourself in the middle of a good sized group, keep that going as well, even though you're not getting the stealth bonus absorb, you can still cast it for the massive threat generation. So yeah, very good stuff. Next thing we want to do is get over here to utility. In here in utility, there's a couple of abilities here that will destroy interrupt armor and things like that. I always like to have at least one interrupt armor destroyer for every build. So the one I use for this is false retreat. It's the best one for getting you moving around. Well, basically what happens is you hit the button and you'll jump backwards 15 meters, and then when you hit the button again, you'll jump back in and knock up to 5 enemies down on the ground, so where they can't do any abilities apart from dashing to get back up again. And it also destroys an interrupt armor. So yeah, if a boss or something is actually doing a big AoE thing, you can hit that, it'll jump you out, and then once the attack's done, you jump back in and rip off one of the interrupt armors or knock them to the ground. So yeah, very good. Now this one here, Reaver's awesome. It's a 20-meter range, sort of just like a long like straight beam sort of thing, where you'll actually taunt enemies, and then there's more to it. I'll get this one here I take up to level 4 as well. You can see here, so it deals damage, applies a taunt to 5 foes, reduces the damage dealt to all targets other than you by 25%. So any attacks made to your teammates and things is reduced, and the NPCs are forced to attack you for the full duration. So even in PvP, Reaver can be a good one for protecting your group. But yeah, just having it in here up to level 4 as well, so we get that damage reduction as well. So yeah, it all adds up very nicely. And so that's your second ability, or it's the main ability I use when if a DPS does manage to pull something off because they're just causing so much damage that they've got the threat. You can turn and fire that up to 20 meters away. Will actually taunt the enemies back onto you. So it was a very, very good one, that one. And then the last thing in here is Stim Drone. Stim Drone is basically like little drone things that heal you. I get this one to level 4 as well to give me a third one. So normally it only comes with 2 drones, and so what happens is you have them basically on your belt, and when you hit the button once, you'll put 1 drone up and it'll restore health to you. Then if you still need more healing, you can hit it again. So this now gives you three instances to use before the cooldown. So if you're right about to die, you can pump it 3 times and get a massive boost. Not only does it heal you, but it also increases your health by the same amount. And that lasts for 10 seconds, which is that's awesome. So you can actually whatever your health pool is will be increased even higher having these on. So yeah, very, very good for the tankiness and everything. And if the healer has trouble healing you, you can get out of trouble and things, so you don't end up dying. So that's all the abilities for it. So as you can see, yeah, Whiplash, Decimate, Frenzy, Razor Storm, Steadfast, and then over here, False Retreat, Reaver, and Stim Drone. So there's a lot of builds. I try to build using Bloodthirst, which didn't really work as good as like 8 seconds of life stealing, which for the group that's alright, but for me, because I'm not dealing much damage as a tank, that didn't help as much as I thought it may do. Collapse also is a good one for pulling enemies towards you, but I found with Reaver and my and Razor Storm and everything is enough really for me to keep the enemies on me, especially Reaver, where you've got the 20-meter range where the NPCs are just forced to come back and attack you. So yeah, definitely good build for me. I like the way it all sort of flows together. And so now next thing to do, let's go and have a look at the amps, and I'll show you The amps are where I get most excited about the Stalker tanking abilities. Just for what they have in these trees for tanking is awesome. So we're going to start down here at utility. First thing we want to do, CC resilience. So here we go, 30% resilience against being CC'd. So stuns and knockdowns and things. Then down here I pick up Iron Man. Iron Man, when you do get CC'd, and you get CC'd twice, you actually get a layer of interrupt armor on you as well. So you can't be CC'd. So if you're getting CC'd a lot from stuff, this Iron Man will proc on the second time, and actually make you immune completely to CCs for one layer. Also, I pick up balanced here. You can no longer be dazed, which is always going to be good. That's dazing. It's going to stop you in your tracks, so we don't want that. And then in the middle here, assassin. So after 3 seconds, taking damage will no longer break you out of stealth. So that's going to work very good with the one we have down here, stealth regen. Now stealth regen, basically while you're in stealth, you regenerate health. Now here, if you put yourself in stealth, after 3 seconds it'll sort of lock you in stealth, and only you can bring yourself out of stealth. You can't be brought out by damage, which is good for, especially if when you're moving in for your frenzy attack, if they do manage to spot you and try and attack you, you're still in stealth to burst out of it from your ability. You don't get dragged out of stealth by the enemy. So that's a very important one for the frenzy initiation. So that's very good. That's all the stuff for utility. And next thing we want to do is head over to the hybrid between support and utility, pick up increased shields, and then this one here, stay afloat, basically deflecting an attack. And so we're trying to maximize our deflect chance with our abilities and our gear. Deflecting an attack grants 14% health every second for 3 seconds. And it has a 6-second cooldown. So basically, yeah, as you deflect attacks away, you'll actually automatically start healing yourself with this. So yeah, very nice. That's everything in that one here. The others weren't as good. So let's get onto the main one, support tree. Now with this one, I take all 3 of these level 1 things all the way through. So deflect chance, increase your support power, and deflect critical hits. So critical hit deflection is like a separate roll. So you'll have a chance to deflect an attack. If someone tries to get a critical hit on you, you also get a chance to deflect and stop the crit from happening. So yeah, both of those up. And then up in here, empowered attack mastery. So on this one, landing a hit while in nanoskin evasive. And so nanoskin evasive is your nanoskin is your suit, your power suit, where you can have sort of your attack stance, an evasive stance for tanking, and then a mid stance which sort of boosts like life stealing abilities and stuff like that, and it's sort of a middle of the road sort of thing. So yeah, evasive, nanoskin evasive is the one we're gonna be on all the time. So yeah, you have a 20% chance every time you hit someone with your abilities to restore your shields, or 36% shield. So yeah, very, very nice. Next one here, regeneration. When dropping below 35% health, you restore 150% health. This can only occur every 30 seconds. So yeah, as you're fighting, if you do end up dropping below that sort of 35% threshold, you'll get, and the amps will actually heal you, and that's a 30-second cooldown for that to be able to happen again. Just another thing keeping you alive, keeping you out of the problems. Next one here, forbearance. Deflecting an attack grants a stack of forbearance for 6 seconds. So as you're sitting there deflecting, same as this one down here with stay afloat, when you deflect, you'll start healing a little bit. And then if you keep deflecting attacks and you get up to 6 deflects, then forbearance is consumed and heals you for 51% health as well. So no real cooldown on this one. This is basically just every 6 deflects in a fight, you'll hit that. So yeah, very powerful one. And then the most powerful of all, last stand, which is the last point we put in. When you drop below 1% health, you gain an invulnerability. Invulnerability. For the next 3.5 seconds, you can't be killed, and you recover 70% health every half a second for 3.5 seconds. Now this has a 2-minute cooldown, and you say, yeah, but like, that's just going to be insane. So having, especially like when you're fighting against a big boss or something, and you're there tanking away, and you manage to misjudge and not dodge his big giant attack that just like would one-shot you otherwise, that will actually, instead of just killing you outright, bam, last stand will hit, you become invincible basically for 3.5 seconds, and you heal automatically for that 3.5 seconds. So yeah, very powerful stuff in the amps here for tanking. All of it sort of CC resilience, all your deflecting does good things. Landing hits will increase your shield as well, and with that extra shield capacity there, and while in stealth, regenerate health as well. So in between fights and things, you can go into stealth and heal up automatically. So yeah, that's all the amps. So that's the abilities in the amps. That's all I'm gonna go with it. So basically, you want to be focusing basically on insight and grit are like your two main things here. Insight, obviously, deflect chance and deflect critical hit, and then grit obviously is your health. So yeah, those sort of ones. The bottom three really. Tech is your more support power, but yeah, those bottom three are your main. Tech, insight, and grit are the main things you'll be focusing as far as with your gear and everything, and what you're trying to focus on. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Give me some feedback and let me know what you guys think, and I'll keep the Wildstar build videos coming. Bonehead out.